thumbs up. All right. Here with Jennifer Kupcho, just open with a 1 under 71. Continue the strong play. You hit 14, all 14 fairways today. Overall, what was the strength of your game today, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important to hit fairways. My driver was definitely going a little wayward at the end of the week last week, so to be able to hit all of the fairways is pretty good, and I hit a lot of the greens as well in pretty close proximity.
Brooke was joking right before you. She hasn't played this early in a long time.
Yeah.
What was the first 9 holes like? We heard a lot of wind, a lot of rain. How did the course change throughout the day? Did it change? And just what was the experience today?
Yeah, it was certainly an interesting wake-up call. Yeah, it was definitely really windy. I mean, fairly windy with a lot of mist and rain. And, I mean, I haven't played in rain either in a while. So it was definitely interesting and a tough challenge out there in the front 9.
But overall, again, you finished 1 under 71. Always a strong way to start a major. Overall, how do you feel you played today?
I feel like I played really well. I mean, the course is really hard. I don't really know how Angie's 8 under right now. That's definitely an outlier. So,
awesome. We'll open it up to questions. Start over here. Do I see one from Steve? There we go.
Oh, that's all right. Every player comes into a major and says, you know, I can't look at the board. I'm going to stick to my game plan. A lot of holes left. How do you have the discipline to do that when you look at the board and see an 8 under up?
Honestly, I looked at when she was 8 under. I think she was 7 under when I last saw the board out on the course, and I had missed actually a couple of short putts, and at that point I was 2 under, so I could have been up there at 5 just as easily. So I think it's definitely out there. I don't know if 8 under is out there, but I think 4 or 5 under is definitely very realistic.
Okay.
Jeff on the back row.
What was the biggest key in getting your driver figured out?
Just working with my swing coach and the ping rep here, just trying to figure out what exactly the issue was, and it was really just me standing too far from the ball, so I just moved a little closer, and it worked.
Yeah, Beth Ann? What were some of the longer clubs that you had in on the par 4s today?
Certainly on the front 9, I had 2 of my big hybrid, which is essentially like a 3-iron-ish. So,
did you think it would be set up shorter today when you saw the forecast?
Yeah, not necessarily the forecast, but just like how much rain we got and how much they said that we got. In a text this morning, I kind of thought a lot of tees would be moved up. It's definitely, I mean, my driver is hitting and stopping within a yard, so it's definitely playing really long.
Did you think it was a fair test?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's playing on the same thing. Obviously there's going to be people complaining, but we're all playing on the same course. It's not like they're moving it up for the afternoon, so it's still going to be wet out there.
Go to Jean and then the back row to Amy.
Jennifer, how much does your thought process change, if it does at all, when Angie's posting such a low number and you have to kind of chase her tomorrow and maybe into the weekend?
I mean, it's just like I did last week. I went out there and tore up the course on the first day, and I didn't play as well the last 3 days. So I think just going out there and playing my best, and if she continues to play really well during the rest of the week and the weekend, then good for her, and she deserves it.
Back row to Amy.
Given the length and some of the clubs that you hit today, how did the test here compare to some of the other major championships?
I think it's very similar to a U.S. Open setup. Yeah, I mean, other than it's like soft, the greens are really soft. I think the length and the rough length is also like very similar to a U.S. Open.
Jeff?
Jennifer, you braced yourself last week after that great first round that you knew might not go quite as well the second day. As a top-level player, what's your theory on why it is so hard to follow up those sizzling rounds?
I'm not really sure. I think it's you get out and you just go and get really hot, and then you expect yourself to play that well all the time, and then you start getting frustrated, and then it just goes downhill from there. So I think that it's really just a mental thing. Like, you go out and everything's perfect, and then you show up the next day and it's I mean, realistically, golf is never going to be perfect like that the day after.
Anything else? All right. Thanks so much, Jennifer. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.